Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. We are coming to you live tonight from the Dave Cave with action from the 1970-71 Epic Basketball League using Action PC Basketball. How about a sound check from the chat room? Everything sounding good on the voice? This is not promising. Tonight we present a Silver Division matchup as the Boston Celtics visit the Seattle Supersonics. The Celtics are cruising along at 4-2, with 5 players averaging in double figures. John Havlicek leads the team at 26 points per game, good enough for 5th in the league overall. Rookie center Dave Cowens out of Florida State is averaging 17.7 points and 13 rebounds per contest, as the Celtics are competing to earn a promotion to the Gold Division for next season. It's another story in Seattle where the Sonics have been devastated by injuries. Spencer Haywood, Garfield Hurd, and Bob Rule are all sidelined, and it's going to be a long season here in Seattle. Player coach Lenny Wilkens has his work cut out for him, without a doubt. Now let's take you to tonight's contest. And here you see the starters on the court. Celtics are going with JoJo White and John Havlicek in the backcourt, Don Nelson and Bill Dinwiddie up front, and Dave Cowens in the middle. The Seattle Supersonics are going with the point guard and head coach Lenny Wilkens out of Providence, joined by Don Kojis from Davidson, Dick Snyder at forward alongside Pete Cross, and in the middle is the 6'9" Zaid Abdul Aziz. And it looks like Cowens controls the jump for Boston. And away we go. Havlicek has the ball on the perimeter looking against Kojis. Havlicek drives. He ran over Kojis. Nice flop by Don Kojis, no call. Havlicek with the layup. He can't get it to fall. Dinwiddie with the offensive rebound. Dinwiddie back up short. Jump shot, and he hit it. 2 points for Dinwiddie, and the Celtics are on the board. Seattle's going to look inside to Cross. Shot up no good, but he is hacked by Dinwiddie, and Cross to the line for 2. Pete Cross on the line. .69% free throw shooter over the course of the regular season. Cross steps up, and the first one is good. Second shot is also up and good for Pete Cross, and we are tied. Celtics coming back the other way. Once again, it's going to be Havlicek on the attack. He is the man. And this time Havlicek is fouled in the backcourt. Foul in the backcourt against Snyder. First foul on Dick Snyder for the game, and Havlicek will shoot 2. Interesting, a backcourt foul and a 2-shot foul for Havlicek. That does not seem to jibe with me in terms of the free throw shooting rules for this era. Perhaps that was a shooting foul in the game engine, and They put the play-by-play up in a fashion that was inconsistent with the nature of the foul. But Havlicek gets the 2 free throws, and the Celtics are up 4-2. Celtics coming back, and it's going to be Lenny Wilkens on the wing. Jump shot no good. Rebound to Cowens. Boston's going to look inside to Cowens on the low post. He unloads at point blank range, but he cannot get it to fall, and it is Abdul Aziz on the rebound, and the Celtics will run. Wilkens leading the fast break. Abdul Aziz with the ball. He lays it up, and it's good. 2 points for Abdul Aziz. Interesting story behind this gentleman, Zaid Abdul Aziz. He was born Don Brown and went to Iowa State University and played his college ball there. Drafted into the Supersonics organization. He did not actually change his name until his conversion to Islam in 1976. But for whatever reason, in the Action PC 1970-71 roster setup, he is already known as Zaid Abdul Aziz. And maybe that's just for encyclopedia purposes. But he hits the basket for Seattle, and the Celtics come back the other way. And they're going to look for JoJo White. And he cannot, he looks to Nelson. Nelson sends it out to Nelson for the shot no good, and Abdul Aziz on the rebound. And once again, Seattle will run. Maybe the fast break is the secret for the Celtics to keep up. And once again, it is Abdul Aziz putting it up and good. Boston coming back the other way, now trailing for the first time. Havlicek into Cowens. Cowens with the left hand puts it up and good. And once again, we are tied. Here's Bill Snyder on the attack for the Supersonics. He gets it out to Kogis on the jump shot from the perimeter. No good. Don Nelson goes up for the rebound, and he gets it to come back the other way. Boston's going to keep working Havlicek. He is their leading scorer, but once again, he cannot get the shot to go. Bill Cross with the rebound for Seattle coming back. And Don Kogis, outside, defended by Havlicek, cannot get the shot to go. And Kogis perhaps with a frustration foul as Havlicek comes away with the rebound. And it is Kogis fouling Cowens over the back, and it will be Cowens for one shot on the foul for Boston. 73% shooter is Cowens. And his shot is off the front rim and out. Rebounded by Pete Cross for the Supersonics. Seattle coming back with a chance to regain the lead. They're going to work it down to Abdul Aziz on the post. He's off to a good start tonight. He can't get the layup to go, but he gets his own rebound. He puts it back up. From 8 feet, he cannot get it to go again, but this time he is fouled by JoJo White, and it will be Zaid Abdul Aziz shooting 2. He readies the first and gets it to go. And the second free throw is good, and the Sonics lead 8-6 with just under 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. Boston's going to look down on the post to Dinwiddie. He's trapped, and he's forced to call a timeout. Timeout on the play. And while we have this timeout, let's check out the chat room. Hello, Beatles. Good to see you. D. Scott Howard is here. Retro Sports Network, Ron Juckett is here. Clinton Parks is here. And it's a good night for basketball, along with the original Grognard. Ron, you had a question about whether I was streaming through Wi-Fi or hardwire, and I am streaming through Wi-Fi, and I'm curious as to why you are asking that. Still learning the technical aspects of the streaming routine here. So if you can elaborate on your question, I will give you an answer to that at the next break. But for now, we will get back to action, with Boston inbounding from the side court. It's going to be Nelson inbounding. And they're going to give JoJo White a try outside. Pick and roll with Cowens. White gets into the lane. He lays it up and good. And once again, we are tied. Seattle works the ball around the perimeter. They've got Kogis now working against Havlicek. Kogis is going to put it on the floor. He's going to shoot. Oh, but he traveled. Traveling on the play against Kogis. And the Celtics have the ball headed back the other way. Here come the Boston Celtics, and here comes John Havlicek. The man, the Buckeye, comes around the screen. Oh, and it's stolen away by Kogis. And Seattle has it coming back the other way with Zaid Abdulaziz on the post against Cowens. He puts it up and good, and that is 8 points for Abdulaziz. He is off to a hot start. 8 of the Sonics' first 10 points to the big man, Abdulaziz, underneath. Boston's going to come back this time with Cowens inside. In the low post, he fakes. He shoots no good. Tapped up by Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie has the offensive board. He takes it up with a short jump shot. This time it's rebounded by Cowens as the Celtics are pounding the offensive glass. Cowens from 10 feet puts it down, and it's a tie game. It took them 3 shots, but they got it to go down. Coming back with Snyder. He can't get it to go for Seattle. Dick Snyder unable to get the ball to drop. JoJo White on the rebound. And Boston's going to come back with Havlicek. He drives. He travels. Bit of a rough start here for John Havlicek. And Don Chaney is going to come in for Don Nelson at the small forward for Boston. One of the changes I'm making here tonight in tonight's game is I'm going to let the AI handle a lot more of the substitutions. And that may be a better way to keep the action moving a little more quickly. And I'm hearing now from the chat room that I am getting a lot of cutting out of the sound because I'm on a Wi-Fi connection instead of the hardwire. I don't know if there's anything technical I can do about that. The internet connection comes in through my wife's office upstairs, and I am downstairs on the Wi-Fi. So all of my broadcasts have been this way. Was I cutting out previously, or is this something that's just been happening tonight? Those of you who have been for my previous games, I'm interested to know the answer to that. And for now, I will bring the ball back in play with 8:20 to go. Sonics and Celtics tied as action continues. Seattle's going to ride the hot hand of Abdulaziz inside, but this time Dinwiddie pulls it away on the double team. And for the first time, the Celtics will try the fast break. They've got the numbers. Chaney to White. Back to Chaney. Shot is up and blocked by Cross. Cowens and Cross fight for the ball, and Cross pulls it away for the Sonics. So good transition defense by Seattle. And they're going to come back with Lenny Wilkins. Wilkins leads the offense. He drives. Reverse layup is up, no good. Dinwiddie on the rebound. And Boston comes back. They're going to look to Dinwiddie on the low post. Under 8 minutes to play. Dinwiddie can't get the shot to drop, but he gets his own rebound. He shuffles his feet, no call. Shuffles again, still no call, but he can't get the jumper to fall. You would think it was James Harden under there, the way he had those puppies shuffling. But Lenny Wilkins comes away with it for Boston, for Seattle, and Seattle is coming back the other way. Wilkins outside. He's going to put it on the floor and attack. He spins. He's cut off by Cowens. His shot no good off the rim. And Dinwiddie with his 5th rebound for Boston. And here come the Celtics on the break. Chaney leading the break to Cowens. Cowens powers it up, lays it off the backboard, and good. 12-10 Celtics now with 7:23 to play. And Seattle looking for something to happen on offense. They've got it in the hands of Wilkins. He's the point guard. He's the quarterback. He's the coach. And he has the ball stolen away by Don Chaney. So much for that. JoJo White is open out top. On the wing, he fakes and he drives. His shot is deflected away by Cross. Havlicek grabs the rebound and sends it back out. They're going to look to Dinwiddie down on the corner. His shot no good. Abdulaziz with the rebound, and here come the Seattle Supersonics. Abdulaziz still the hot hand down on the post. He gets it in. Short jump shot from the paint. He's got it to go. Once again, we are tied, and Zaid Abdulaziz is on fire. Boston coming back in a tie game. White can't penetrate. He puts it up, and it's tipped away once again by Pete Cross. Lenny Wilkins comes out with it for the Supersonics, and the Supersonics are coming back the other way. They have Cross down on the low block. He's matched up against Dinwiddie. He has a short jump shot. It's a brick, but he is fouled by Chaney, and it will be Pete Cross on the line shooting two. Pete Cross, a rookie from the University of San Francisco, and a 69% free throw shooter for the regular season. First shot is up and good, and we're going to get some substitutions. It's going to be Kuberski coming in for Dinwiddie at the power forward for Boston. This is Steve Kuberski, who is seeing some minutes off the bench. Pete Cross with his second shot. And he gets it to go. Coming back the other way, the Celtics. Trailing by 2, they're going to give it to the man. Havlicek, jump shot from the corner, not this time. Kojis comes out with the rebound, and it is a 3-on-3 break coming back the other way. Wilkins on the point. He pushes it down the lane, drives hard to the hoop. Off the rim, no good. Havlicek on the rebound for Boston. Neither team seeing great success with their fast breaks in the early going. Boston coming back with JoJo White. JoJo White works it around. It's back to White on top. He drives to the basket. He's cut off. Shot no good. Kuberski on the offensive glass for Boston. Kuberski with the putback attempt no good. Rebound by Cross. Cross coming back for Seattle. Lenny Wilkins out at the top of the key has a mismatch against Dave Cowens. So it's going to be Wilkins with the driving layup, and he finally gets one to go. First basket of the game for Seattle's player coach, and the Sonics now have a 4-point lead. Boston's coming back. They've got Kuberski on the paint. He has room for the short jumper. But once again, Cross gets up and bats it away. That is 4 block shots tonight for Cross. And Seattle is coming back once again on the fast break with the outlet to Wilkins. Wilkins to Cross. Cross throws it up on the fly, and it is good. And the Supersonics lead by 6. The home crowd here in Seattle is loving what they're seeing for this Sonics team that has struggled. Boston comes back with JoJo White. White drives to the hoop. Shots up off the rim. Abdulaziz with the rebound, and the Sonics front court is dominating this contest. Abdulaziz down on the low block. Two-handed layup no good. Out of bounds to the Celtics. In comes Tom Black for the Celtics, seeing his first action of the game. For Seattle, excuse me. And Abdulaziz is going to go to the bench. It's barely been 7 minutes of action, and Abdulaziz has already accounted for 10 points and 5 rebounds for the Celtics. A great performance in this first quarter for the Seattle center. Boston's going to come back with Havlicek working against Kojis on the perimeter. Jump shot is up, and he drains it. Coming back to Seattle, they're going to look down to Black on the low post. He's got a mismatch against John Havlicek. Double pumps, tosses it up, no good. Foul on the play on JoJo White. JoJo White coming over to help Havlicek. Committed the foul on the help side defense, and it will be Tom Black going to the line to shoot 2. First shot is up and good. And we're going to see JoJo White go to the bench for Boston in favor of the backup point guard, Art Williams, as White has just picked up his second foul. Second shot for Black is up. Can't get it to go. Kuberski on the rebound for Boston. And the Celtics return to the offensive end, moving from right to left. Looking to the post to Dave Cowens. Left-handed hook, no good. He hit one of those earlier, but once again Cross with his fifth rebound of the game. And the Sonics come back with a chance to take their biggest lead of the game. Working the ball around the perimeter. Snyder has it working against Chaney. Chaney a stellar defender, but Snyder's a good shooter. He has a deadly jump shot, but this time he cannot get it past Chaney. Kuberski with the rebound for Boston. And the Celtics are back on the attack. John Havlicek working outside. Drives to the basket, lays it up and good. That is 6 for Havlicek, the former Buckeye. Lenny Wilkins is going to try his luck against Art Williams. Williams knocks it away out of bounds. It will be Seattle ball. And we have Abdulaziz coming back in at power forward. And into the game for the first time is Tom Meschery at shooting guard for Seattle. Tom Meschery is a fascinating story. His given name is Tomislav Mescheryakov. His parents were from Russia, and in 1917, at the end of World War I, or during World War I, his parents emigrated from Russia to occupied territory in China. The Japanese occupying China put the Mescheryakov family into internment, where Tom Meschery was born. After World War II, the Mescheryakov family got free and moved to the United States and took up residence in San Francisco, where Tom Meschery at 6'6" became a stellar high school basketball player, and then went on to St. Mary's University, where he played collegiately. Was a very thoughtful guy. Played basketball with Wilt Chamberlain for many years. Also an author and a poet and a coach, in addition to being a ball player. And the 1970-71 season was his final NBA season before he would go on to retirement. Very, very interesting life history behind Tom Meschery, born Tomislav Mescheryakov. And he has now entered the game for Seattle to do some work against Havlicek. Good luck with that. Abdulaziz, the leading scorer, back in at power forward for Seattle. Once again, depleted Seattle front line. No Garfield Hurd. No Spencer Haywood. No Bob Rule. So although they're off to a good start, they're going to have a hard time keeping up with the fatigue issues. Tom Black has the ball inside for Seattle, coming back on offense. He's got Don Nelson on him in the low post. He rises up and gets it to go. And Seattle once again extends the lead to 5 points. Boston coming back, looking for Cowens on the low post. The left-handed hook off the backboard is good. He shot that left-handed hook 3 times now and has gotten it to go twice. 8 points on the game for Cowens to lead the Celtics as they try to keep it close. Black inside, posting up. Turnaround jumper no good. And it's Cowens with the rebound for Boston. They've got Art Williams out on top with a mismatch against Abdulaziz. He steps around Abdulaziz with the layup and gets it to go. 1 point game now as Seattle comes back. Working the ball, looking for a shot. Snyder, the sharpshooter, is on the perimeter. He takes a shot. It's up and it's an air ball, and it belongs to the Celtics. Celtics with a chance to regain the lead. And here comes Henry Finkel. And I don't know if Clinton Parks is in the chat room, but he is the president and proud founder of the Hank Finkel fan club. Hank Finkel from the University of Dayton and now the Boston Celtics has come into the game. As D. Scott Howard calls him, the masher. Getting a warm welcome from the chat room, if not from the visiting crowd here in Seattle. Boston looking to set up a play. They've got Cheney outside matched up against Clemens. Cheney's going to take the outside shot. No, he's going to lob it inside to Williams, but it's kicked away out of bounds. And Seattle will take over with a chance to extend their lead. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, and the Sonics hold the 21-20 lead. They've got Winfield into the game now at the point as Lenny Wilkins takes a break. Winfield works the ball around the perimeter. Meshry has it against Havlicek. He doesn't like what he sees. They get it to Clemens outside. 2 on the shot clock. He's going to have to put it up. Clemens forces up the shot. He blows the layup. Can't get it to go. Had to rush to beat the shot clock. And Don Nelson comes away with it for Boston. Havlicek now attacking Meshry from 18 feet away. Jump shot no good. Meshry comes away with the ball for Seattle. Seattle looking for an opening. Cross is on the block. He's got a mismatch against Havlicek. He's going to shoot the ball up from down low. Lays it up no good. And it's Don Cheney with the rebound for Boston. Neither team able to take advantage of these last couple of possessions. Boston's going to look to Nelson on the low post. Cross gets another piece of that one. 5 block shots now and 6 rebounds for Pete Cross, who is having a sensational first quarter for the Supersonics. Meshry posting up down low on Havlicek. Good look inside. Don Nelson with the block on the help side. Meshry pulls away his own rebound. Short shot, in and out, no good. Nelson comes away with another rebound for Boston, and the Celtics will run. Fast break. Nelson handles the ball to Cheney. Cheney all alone. He throws it down. And the Celtics have regained the lead with 55 seconds to go in the first quarter. Clemens looks for the shot, no good. Rebounded by Nelson. Nelson throws it away. And Seattle will get another chance as Dinwiddie returns to the game for Boston. Meshry posting up down low. He can't find anything to do with the ball. Calls timeout, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Seattle to inbound from the side court. Clemens throws it into Winfield. Black inside, back out to Winfield. Winfield drives through the middle, gets the layup to go, and the Celtics have given the lead back to Seattle, 23-22, but they'll play for the final shot. Working the ball around outside, it's Havlicek. What's Havlicek going to do at the midcourt line? He can't get it up before the shot clock, and the first quarter ends with Seattle leading 23-22. It is Dave Cowens, the sensational rookie out of Florida State, leading Boston with 8 points. And the brilliant frontline play of Abdulaziz with 10, Cross with 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 blocks is keeping Seattle in a game that most observers did not think they would be able to stay close to the Celtics with their depleted roster. A little bit of a disappointing first quarter for Havlicek, only 6 points on 2 for 6 shooting. We expect better out of our Buckeyes. JoJo White is going to play the 2 guard for Boston to give a rest to JoJo White, and they're going to bring Rex Morgan into the game at the small forward for the first time. Supersonics are looking okay, but they are starting to show some signs of fatigue on the front line. We have a jump ball to start the second quarter, and we're underway. Boston controls the jump, and they look around for the open man. The open man is Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie on the low block. Gets the ball off the pick and roll, shot no good. Cowens with the offensive board, And the putback, left-handed hook, all net. That killer left-handed hook is working for Cowens inside tonight, and the Celtics have regained the lead. Seattle coming back the other way. Abdulaziz inside. Posting up against Dinwiddie. He fakes, he shoots, he scores. 12 points now for Abdulaziz to lead all scorers. Boston looking around the perimeter, and finally down to Cowens on the post. Cowens posts up, the left-handed hook once again gets it to go. And Dave Cowens is on fire. Lenny Wilkens back in the game for Seattle, working the point. Dribbling outside, shoots a tough jump shot. He can't get it to go. Dinwiddie on the rebound. Boston will run. Boston running it back. Outlet to Williams. Williams lays it up and good. Celtics now by 3. As Seattle brings it back, working from left to right. Black against Cowens doesn't have much of an opportunity to work the offense, so they're going to look to the other post to Abdulaziz. Finger roll no good, but Abdulaziz is fouled on the play by Dave Cowens, and it will be Zaid Abdulaziz shooting 2 for Seattle. 74% free throw shooter. He gets the first one to fall. Whistle and a lane violation on Cowens. Second shot by Abdulaziz is missed. Tipped up by Black, no good. Cowens with the rebound. And here come the Boston Celtics, holding on to a 2-point lead. Williams in the front court to Cowens. Back to Williams, inside to Morgan, lays it up, no good. Dinwiddie with the rebound, passes it back out, and Boston will reset with a fresh 24-second clock. Rex Morgan works it down low against Barry Clemens. Lays it up and good. He scored 13 points off the bench in his last contest against Cincinnati, and the Celtics have opened up a 4-point lead. Morgan now faces a tough mismatch out on top against Lenny Wilkens. Wilkens with the shot, no good. And Williams pulls away the rebound for the Celtics. They look inside to Cowens. Cowens drives. And Cowens commits the offensive foul. Seattle's going to keep rotating their front court players. And it's Pete Cross back into the game, replacing Abdulaziz. Seattle works the ball around on offense. Meshry has it on the perimeter, matched up against JoJo White. He's only got 12 on the shot clock, so he's going to force one up. Halfway in and out, fouled by Cowens. And that is 3 on Dave Cowens. Big blow for the Celtics as their inside enforcer is going to have to go to the bench with his 3rd personal foul, and we probably won't see him again the rest of the half. Meshry, a 75% free throw shooter on the season, but he can't get that to go. And here comes the one and only Hank Finkel back into the game for Boston. Every cloud has its silver lining. Meshry cannot get the second one to go, and Dinwiddie comes out of the scrum with the rebound for Boston. Boston looking around the perimeter, trying to find a shot. They finally work it to Dinwiddie on the post. He's surrounded and has to shoot a fadeaway. It's no good, but Williams grabs the offensive rebound for Boston and throws it back out to the perimeter. Boston's going to work it down to Morgan, posting up on Clemens down low. He can't get it to go. Dinwiddie with another rebound, his 9th. Dinwiddie on the putback. Short jumper off the glass, no good. And Meshry comes out with it for Seattle. Meshry on the outlet to Wilkens. Wilkens leads the break. Seattle with the numbers. Meshry drives hard to the hoop, lays it up and good. First basket of the game for Tom Meshry, the poet laureate of the NBA, according to D. Scott Howard. Celtics working it around the perimeter. They get it to JoJo White, and White's going to attack the glass. He drives, ran over Meschery. No call on the collision. No good on the layup. Dinwiddie with his 10th rebound for Boston. Dinwiddie with a putback attempt around the rim and out. And Clemens comes away with it for Boston. So Dinwiddie is doing yeoman's work on the boards, but he cannot get a shot to go to save his life. And it's going to be Seattle coming back with the opportunity to tie the game. Wilkins working on top against Williams, the backup point guard. Wilkins spins to the basket, lays it up, and Dinwiddie sends it back. Airmail special. The rebound is caught by Meschery, but they've only got 6 seconds to shoot. Meschery inside, posting it up, shoots no good. And Dinwiddie with yet another rebound for Boston. And the Celtics have the numbers 2-on-2 coming back, but it is Morgan and Dinwiddie. And they do not look like the fast break type of unit that would want to attack the glass, and smartly, Morgan pulls the ball back out, and they'll set it up on the perimeter. Morgan's going to work his way inside, backing down against Clemens. One-handed runner banks it and gets it to go. Celtics back up by 4 with under 9 minutes to play here in the second quarter. They're going to look for their sharpshooter Clemens. Clemens in the corner, guarded by Morgan. Fadeaway is no good. And another rebound for Dinwiddie for Boston. Boston has a 4-on-3 coming back the other way. Morgan to Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie drives with the layup, blocked away by Clemens. But Morgan grabs the rebound from the small forward position and throws it back out on top. And it will be the Celtics once again on the attack. JoJo White outside. He's going to attack the glass. Drives to the basket. Reverse layup is up and good. He got the step on Meschery, and he got the layup to go. Boston back up by 6. Lenny Wilkins leads the offense back for Seattle. The player coach fakes. He drives the lane. Morgan pokes it away. It's a steal for Morgan, and the Celtics are on the run. Morgan gets the ball back from Williams, lays it up off the window and good. Seattle is now trailing by 8 as the Celtics have extended their lead. Lenny Wilkins, jump shot no good. Foul on the play. Foul on Williams, and it will be Wilkins headed to the line to shoot some free throws. An 80% free throw shooter on the season. Wilkins hits the first. And we've got some fresh Celtics coming back into the game. And for Seattle, it's going to be Kogis and Snyder returning to action. Wilkins lines up the second free throw. He gets it to go. 4 points for Lenny Wilkins. Boston coming back. Nothing good the first time around. They look around again. Havlicek has the ball on the perimeter. Working against Kogis, he's going to put it on the floor. He attacks the rim, and it's Cross on the steal, and it's a 2-on-1 break the other way for Seattle. Snyder to Cross. Snyder drives. He shoots. He can't get it to go, but the foul is called on Havlicek, and it'll be 2 shots for Snyder. Snyder missed the first. Dick Snyder, the sharpshooter from Xenia, Ohio, of all places. Xenia High School, very close to where I used to live when I was an Ohio resident. He went on to Davidson College before he made his way to the NBA and to the Seattle Supersonics. Don Chaney returning for Boston as Snyder puts up the second free throw, and he gets it to go. First point of the game for Snyder, but Seattle still trails by 5. Boston comes back. And once again, it's going to be Havlicek on the attack. Havlicek gets it down low to Kaburski, and it's Kaburski who is able to put it up and good. Let's see what Pete Cross can do for Seattle. He can do nothing. He gets the ball stolen from the low post by JoJo White. The fans are cheering to get the ball to Finkel in the post. Finkel with the short jumper is up no good. And it is bumped away by Black, and Black is called for the foul. That will be his first. And it will be the legend himself, Hank Finkel, shooting 2 for the Celtics. First shot is up no good. And they're finally going to get Tom Black a rest as Meshry comes back into the game. And you can see that front line for Seattle is already getting tired. They are severely depleted by injury. And after a brilliant first quarter, they're running out of gas. Finkel gets the second free throw to fall. And once again, the Celtics have their biggest lead at 8 points. Seattle coming back is going to look to Snyder, the sharpshooter. Sets, fires, drains it. 3 points for Snyder. Boston coming back. 6:43 to play. Havlicek with the shot no good, but he is fouled on the attempt by Lenny Wilkens. And it will be Havlicek going to the line. Still only 6 points for Havlicek. Scoreless so far here in the second quarter, as he is having a tough night for Boston. They're going to need him to pick up his game offensively with Cowens out of the game in foul trouble. Second shot no good. Abdulaziz comes away with it for Seattle. Seattle is working it back. They've got several options. They're going to look down to Abdulaziz with the short jump shot from the post. Up and over Finkel, and good. 15 now for Abdulaziz. Boston's going to try and work it down to Kaburski. He gets it back out to Chaney for the jump shot, no good. Kaburski on the rebound, and the putback in close is blocked away by Abdulaziz. Meshry comes out with the rebound, and here come the Seattle Supersonics. Lenny Wilkens on the point. Dishes to Snyder in the low post. Back out to Wilkens. Wilkens is up no good, and he's now missed 7 straight. Ball goes back over to Boston as Don Nelson returns to the game for the Celtics. Under 6 to play now in the second quarter. Celtics leading by 5 as they inbound the ball in the backcourt. Chaney is the open man working against Snyder. Can't find an opening. JoJo White now with the ball outside. He's going to put it on the floor against Lenny Wilkens. What's he going to do? He's cut off. Short jumper is up. Blocked away by Abdulaziz. Chaney comes out with the rebound. He's going to put it on the floor. He gets it back to White. White comes in with a little kiss off the glass and through the net. And they give Don Nelson the assist on the play. Celtics back up by 7 as Seattle works around looking for a shot. Snyder has it down low. He passes it back out to Abdulaziz. Nobody there. Ball goes out of bounds. Turnover for the Celtics. Back over to Boston. And say goodbye to Hank Finkel as Garfield Smith comes into the game for Boston. Boston brings it back. They've got Nelson now with a mismatch on the post against Wilkens, and Wilkens is forced to commit the foul. Foul before the shot. Boston is not in the bonus, so it will just be a one-shot foul for Don Nelson here for Boston. 72% free throw shooter. He can't get this one to go, but it's Chaney pulling away the offensive board for Boston. And he'll work the ball around the perimeter. They get it back to Chaney on the low post. He's played by Cross. He gets it up and good. He got it up over Cross, hit the jumper, and was fouled by Kogis on the help side defense. So it will be the basket and the foul shot for Don Chaney as he attempts to make it a 10-point game and convert the three-point play, and he gets it. So Boston by 10. Just in time for Al Red Sox to join the chat. Hello, Al. How's it going? I'm sure you're happy to see the Celtics out to a double-digit lead here in the second quarter against the Seattle Supersonics. Seattle coming back the other way. working around the perimeter. They've got Kojis outside. Working against Havlicek. He takes a shot. No, he gets a ball stolen away by JoJo White, and it's a 3-on-3 break for the Celtics. JoJo White leading the break for Boston. White drives to the basket, lays it up, no good, and Kojis pulls it away for Seattle. Kojis with the outlet. They've got a 2-on-1 against Havlicek. Kojis to Clemens. Clemens takes it to the rim. And Clemens has been called for the offensive foul on the breakaway. First foul against Clemens. And that was an opportunity missed for the Seattle Supersonics. And D. Scott Howard is not very happy about yet another Celtics fan in the house. And no home court advantage here in Seattle. Those Boston fans are everywhere. They're going to survive the apocalypse like cockroaches. But the Celtics have the lead. They have the ball. They have Havlicek. Havlicek is going to put the ball on the ground, and it's stolen away by Lenny Wilkens. Seattle has numbers coming back the other way. Wilkens. Oh, and Wilkens with the charge. Oh, my goodness. Players are flopping left and right. And with the referees blowing their whistles, you'd think this was a Patriots game. As Boston gets another call, and it's going to be Lenny Wilkens having to sit out with 3 personal fouls now. And the player coach is giving the referee a piece of his mind as he goes to the bench to be replaced by the backup Lee Winfield. And here come the Boston Celtics. Don Nelson on the low block. He's got the opening, and he lays it up and good. First basket of the game for Don Nelson for Boston. Seattle works it into Kojis on the wing, defended by Havlicek. And he ties him up, and it's going to be a jump ball. Good defense by John Havlicek. Not the most productive night offensively, but Havlicek still doing everything he can to help his team win. Just like you would expect from a Buckeye. Boston on a 7-0 run. They find Havlicek. Deep jump shot is good. And Havlicek finally gets his offensive game going. That is his 9th point of the game. And Boston has their biggest lead at 14. Seattle, very few offensive threats with Wilkens on the bench. They've got it to Clemens down low. Turnaround jumper, and he finally gets it to go. Give the assist to Snyder on the play. 3:41 to play. Don Nelson works the pick and roll down low, and he's got 2 in a row. And here's Dave Gardner in the chat room, pledging his allegiance to the Boston Celtics. And this is a very, very fine team. Good group of guys here in Boston with the Celtics. Havlicek and Cowens and company. JoJo White. Fun team to watch. Winfield into the front court. Gets it to Barry Clemens down low. Posting up against Finkel. Shot no good. Blocked away by Nelson. Havlicek on the rebound for Boston. And the Celtics come back with JoJo White. JoJo White drives. He stops. He shoots. He scores. 8 for JoJo White. And this is turning into a rout. Seattle working the ball around the perimeter. They've got Winfield on top working against JoJo White. Winfield's going to attack the basket. He drives. He runs over Chaney. He puts it up off the glass and good. Foul on the play on Don Chaney, and it will be Winfield shooting the bonus for Seattle to the mock cheers of the crowd. They didn't like a couple of the offensive fouls earlier in the game, but finally they get an and one for Lee Winfield, and he is a 67% free throw shooter, and he fails to convert the free throw. Seattle's going to need every point they can get to stay close in this game, but that one didn't happen for Winfield. Rebound by Nelson on the play. Stolen away by Snyder. Snyder back to Winfield. Winfield on the wing. His shot is knocked away by Smith, and it's Williams on the rebound for Boston. Running back the other way with Havlicek. 2-on-2. Williams with the rebound. Oh, and he's called for the offensive foul. So the calls are going both ways by this group of Zebras here tonight. And it seems like the charging calls are happening everywhere you look. Tom Meshry, the poet, on the pick and roll inside, fakes, lays it up in good, and he's fouled by Smith. Garfield Smith on the foul. Sonics now in the bonus, so Meshry will get 2 to make 1 for the bonus. The first shot for Meshry is up and good. Three-pointer for Meshry, and the lead is back down to 11 with just over 2 minutes to play here in Seattle. Pick and roll down to Nelson on the low post. Nelson puts it up and good. Seattle comes back down by 13. Snyder, the sharpshooter, finally sees the opening. He stops, he shoots, he scores. 11-point game now as the Celtics bring it back. Havlicek on the attack, starting to feel it. Jump shot no good, but he is fouled by Kogis, and that is his third. 2-shot foul for Havlicek. 82% free throw shooter on the season. He settles in. The first shot's up and good. Havlicek manages to get double digits. And he drops in the second one. Under 2 minutes to play now, Celtics by 13. Seattle looking for a shot. Winfield on the perimeter. Working against Williams. He puts it on the floor. Williams knocks it away. Out of bounds to Seattle. JoJo White back into the game now for Boston. They find Snyder down low. This is not a good spot for him to be. He puts it back out on top to Winfield, and Winfield's going to try and drive the ball to the hoop against Havlicek. Only a few seconds left, and he cannot get there in time to avoid the shot clock violation. And the Seattle front line is gassed. They are just bringing one tired guy after another into the ball game. And the Celtics are taking advantage, stretching out to a 13-point lead. Celtics are content to run some clock here as the first half winds down. Havlicek has the ball on the perimeter with 17 to shoot. He's going to put it on the floor. He's cut off. Short jump shot no good. Tipped by Cheney no good. Rebound Meshry. 3-on-2 break for the Celtics coming back the other way. Seattle finds Snyder all alone, and he powers it in with the left hand. 7 points now for Snyder on the game. And here come the Boston Celtics. They've got Cheney open on the wing, working against Snyder. Too much defense there. They get it down to Smith down low. He doesn't have much to look at, so he passes it back out to Cheney. Cheney with 9 to shoot. What's he going to do? He gets it down to Smith in the low post. Smith shoots the short jumper in and out. Smith gets his own rebound. The putback is up and good. First points of the game for Smith. And the Boston lead is back to 13 now as we head into the final minute of the first half. Seattle's going to work it to Kogis. He's down low. He doesn't have much, so he pushes it back out to Snyder. Snyder back into Kogis on the low block. He shoots and he scores, and he is fouled by Smith. Kogis will go to the line in an attempt to complete the three-point play and cut the lead to 10 for Seattle. He hits the free throw. First 3 points of the game for the veteran Kogis. And the Celtics have 27 seconds to play with. And they're going to look to try and get the what they hope will be the last shot of the game. Of the first half, excuse me. They work it around to Williams with 16. Williams works it around to Havlicek with 9. Havlicek's going to attack. He drives to the basket, and he finds Dinwiddie down low for the short jump shot. It's good. Nice play by Havlicek. He drew the defense, and he found Dinwiddie for the basket. 8 seconds to play. Seattle's going to have to hurry to get the final shot. Winfield outside to Snyder. He gets it down close, and he gets nothing but the net. And he got one on the arm from Morgan. And it will be a chance to close out the half with a three-point play for Snyder for the Sonics. 84% free throw shooter in real life. He converts the free throw, and he has 10 points on the game. And the Celtics won't get a shot off, and they will head to the locker room with a 9-point lead here at halftime. Let's take a quick look at the box score. Cowens, despite the foul trouble and limited minutes, still leads the Celtics with 12 points. Havlicek with 11 on 3 for 8 shooting. And it's been a good night rebounding for Dinwiddie with 12 boards, but 2 for 12 from the field has hampered his productivity. Abdulaziz, after a quick start, put in 15 points early before he began to have some fatigue issues, but he still has 15 points and leads all scorers. Boston had that 39-29 edge in the second quarter. And before we start the second half, we'll take a visit to the chat room. Dave Gardner finally hardwired his streaming PC and thinks it works better. Good job, Dave. Just out of curiosity for the folks in the chat room, has the voice continued to cut out like it was doing in the first quarter, or has that seemed to settle down? And as we wait for the audio to catch up with the chat room, we will go ahead and set the lineups for the second half. It's going to be the starting five for both teams as fresh guys come in to play. The referee tosses up the ball. Abdulaziz controls the jump for Seattle, and we're back to action. Kojis works against Havlicek outside. Not a good matchup. But still the shot is his best option, and he gets it to go. Good shot by Kojis over the defense of Havlicek. And the lead has been cut to 7 as Seattle brings it back the other way. They're going to go to the man, Havlicek. He swings it to White. White loses it out of bounds. Turnover for Boston. That is the 10th turnover of the game for the Celtics. Seattle basketball. Abdulaziz had a great first half. They work it down to him on the pick and roll. He can't get the shot to go, but he gets his own rebound. Back up off the iron. Can't get it, and it's Dinwiddie with another rebound for Boston. JoJo White and John Havlicek are going to run the break. Seattle slows them down. Havlicek throws it back to White, and White walks. Good transition defense by the Supersonics. And they have the ball back again under the right-hand basket as we watch the action develop. Lenny Wilkins back in action, out top on the isolation. They swing it to Kojis. Wilkins comes off the screen, gets the ball back, shots up, no good. But the foul on JoJo White on the play. And it will be one shot for Lenny Wilkins. 80% free throw shooter on the play. And he gets the shot to go. Foul on the floor. And in the 1970-71 season, that was just a one-shot foul. And the ball goes back over to Boston. Working around the perimeter. Cowens had some space outside, but he's not normally an outside player, so they reset. They get it to Nelson. Nelson works against Snyder, 17 on the shot clock. He's going to continue to work it around. We've got a whistle, and Nelson walked. Third turnover of the half already for Boston, and Seattle is trying to climb back into this one. Abdulaziz, the hot hand outside, shoots a jump shot, no good. Nelson with the rebound. Nelson on the fast break with Cowens. Nelson ahead to Cowens, lays it up, no good. Lenny Wilkens comes away with the rebound for Seattle. And the Sonics come back on offense. They've got Snyder. He's open with a mismatch against Dinwiddie. Jump shot is up and good. Dinwiddie didn't stand a chance against Snyder, the sharpshooter, on that play. The lead's been cut to 4. They look to Cowens on the post. He lays it up, no good. And Cross comes away with the rebound for Seattle. Wilkens and Kogis running the fast break for the Sonics. Kogis down the lane, finger roll is good. And Seattle has a spurt here to open the second half, and they have cut this to a 2-point game. Who's the man? Havlicek is the man. Nelson to Havlicek. Havlicek outside, pick and roll with Dinwiddie. Havlicek on the drive, gets the ball to Dinwiddie in the paint. With a good look inside, he puts it down to end the Seattle run. Nice two-man game by Havlicek and Dinwiddie. And it's Dinwiddie on the receiving end for the layup. Seattle working it back to Abdulaziz on the key. The ball is loose. Abdulaziz got it back, passes it out to Kogis, over his head, out of bounds. Turnover Seattle. Celtics coming back the other way. They're going to work it down low to Dinwiddie again. Inside, post up against Cross, jumper no good, Cross on the rebound. And the Supersonics break back the other way with numbers. Kogis drives baseline, lays it up off glass, and good. 9 points now for Don Kogis, and once again we have a 2-point game. Boston looking for some offense. They find Cowens on the low post. Unloads at point-blank range. It won't go down. Rebounded by Abdulaziz. Whistle on the play. Loose ball foul on Abdulaziz. One shot for Don Nelson on the loose ball foul. Nelson around the rim and out. Battle for the rebound. Dinwiddie comes out with it. He's going to try for the putback. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Dinwiddie on the putback. Nice play to get that rebound and the putback for Dinwiddie. 8 points on the game for him, and the lead is 4. 9:24 to play. They've got Abdulaziz on the switch. Shots up, around and out. Rebound number 15 for Dinwiddie, and here come the Boston Celtics. They're going to try JoJo White. He's got a step on Wilkens. He shows and goes. Passes to Nelson inside, pump fake, up and down. He gets it to go. 8 points for Nelson, and the Celtics are rebuilding their lead. But Seattle's going to keep working it to Abdulaziz on the post. 17 points for Abdulaziz as he gets it to go. And they're working that post against Cowens. Not the greatest matchup, but Cowens does have the 3 fouls, and so he does need to be cautious on the defensive end. He's going to come back against Abdulaziz on the offensive end. Double pumps. There's that left-handed hook, and there is point number 14 for Dave Cowens. Wilkens brings it back for the Supersonics. Jump shot no good. Rebounded by Cross. But there's a whistle and a loose ball foul on the play on Snyder. Second personal on Snyder. 2 team fouls on the half for Seattle. And it will be 1 shot for Havlicek on the loose ball foul. Havlicek lines it up. Off the rim, no good. Abdulaziz comes away with it for Seattle. They look to the wing. They've got Snyder, the sharpshooter. Deep jumper. Nothing but net. 14 for Snyder on the game. Boston coming back with 8:12 to play. Havlicek looks down to the post to Cowens. Cowens rises up, shot no good. Foul on the play on Kojis. Another help side foul on Kojis, and he is back to the bench with his 4th personal foul. And here comes Tom Meschery back into the game for Seattle. One shot for Cowens. He dribbles, he shoots, he can't get it to go. Another rebound for Cross, his 9th of the game, and Seattle is coming back the other way. Abdulaziz has a mismatch on the post. He shoots the short jumper, no good. JoJo White with the rebound, and it's a fast break coming back the other way for Boston. White leading the break with Nelson. White ahead to Nelson, stolen away by Lenny Wilkins. Nice defense by Wilkins. Seattle can run it back the other way. Cross ahead to Wilkins. Wilkins lays it up no good, and Cowens comes out with it for the Celtics. A bit of a sloppy sequence there as both sides fail to convert on fast break opportunities. Nelson now posting up against the smaller Snyder. They get it inside. He backs in. He travels. Shuffled the feet, trying to make his move on the low post. And he's going to take a break as Don Chaney returns to the game for Boston. Seattle ball trailing by 4. 7:33 to play in the 3rd quarter. Once again, they've got Abdulaziz available on the low post. He fakes against Cowens. Puts it up no good, but he's fouled on the play by Chaney. A pair of free throws for Abdulaziz as he attempts to cut the lead back to 2 points for the Sonics. First free throw up and good. 18 points. What a game for Abdulaziz. His second shot is up, and he gets it to go. Celtics lead has been cut once again to 2 points as they come back on offense. JoJo White has room to operate against Wilkins. He's going to put it on the floor. He fakes, he drives, reverse layup no good. Contact but no foul. Snyder comes out with the rebound for the Supersonics. Seattle working it back the other way. Abdulaziz with the short shot from the post, and he gets it to go. That is a season-high 19 points for Zaid Abdulaziz for Seattle. And once again, we are tied. How about that? Boston's going to go to the man, Havlicek. He goes down the lane, passes it off to Morgan. Bad pass out of bounds. Another turnover for Boston. The turnover bug has bit the Celtics big time here in the 3rd quarter, and it has cost them a 16-point lead as Seattle comes back the other way with a chance to regain the lead for the first time in a long time. They look to their sharpshooter, Snyder on the perimeter. Down on the baseline, tries to get it to the low post, but he threw it away out of bounds to Boston. Celtics coming back. They are going to look to Kaburski on the block. Turnaround jumper's good, and the Celtics have regained the lead. Seattle once again looking for an opportunity to score. Snyder rises up from the outside, fires it up no good. Abdulaziz on the offensive board. He pump fakes, puts up the putback, no good, but he is fouled on the play by Morgan. 3rd team foul on Boston as Abdulaziz heads to the free throw line with a chance to tie the game once again. But he cannot get the first shot to go. Sonics are going to be a little more proactive this time. They've got Abdulaziz on the free throw line. And they're going to bring Black back into the game for Cross before their front line gets too tired. Abdulaziz buries the second one, and it's a 1-point game. Boston coming back. Halfway through the third quarter, it's going to be Havlicek working against Meschery. He puts it into Kuberski down low. Good ball movement for the Celtics. It comes back out to White for the jump shot, and he is fouled by Wilkins. Fourth foul on Lenny Wilkins. And once again, the Seattle player coach finds himself in foul trouble as JoJo White heads to the line. First free throw is no good. An unusual miss for JoJo White as Wilkins goes to the bench. Second shot for White is up and good, and Boston's lead is 2. Seattle coming back. What will they do? They look for Snyder on the perimeter. He shows and goes. Reverse layup no good. Contact from Kuberski, and it is Kuberski who is whistled for the foul on the play. Snyder will shoot 2. First one won't go down, as both teams are struggling from the free throw line here in the third quarter. Second shot is good, 15 for Snyder. Boston coming back the other way. Morgan's going to work it down inside against Snyder. He tries to post up. Snyder flops. Shot off the rim, no good. And Snyder got the call. How about that? Offensive foul on Morgan. Good defense by Snyder on the play. Seattle looking around the perimeter for a shot. Snyder is really their only scorer in the game at this point, with so many injuries and a tired front court and Lenny Wilkins on the bench. So Snyder forces the action and tries to dish it on the baseline to Meschery. It gets away. It's out of bounds to Boston. Celtics bring it back. 5 minutes to play in the third, clinging to that 1-point lead. No good options as they work the ball around the perimeter. They finally do get it to Havlicek. Havlicek drives on Meschery. Layup is up, no good. And the rebound to Black for Seattle. Will they run? They've got Winfield leading the fast break. Winfield pivots, and he lands on his backside, and he commits the offensive foul. Boston coming back, still up by 1. Clinging to that lead, it's going to be Havlicek. Jump shot won't go. Black with the rebound for Seattle as the struggles continue for Havlicek. Seattle works the ball around. They've got Snyder against JoJo White on the switch. He finds the open jumper, but he can't get it to go. Boston ball as the shot goes out of bounds. Abdulaziz returns to the game for Seattle with his 22 points, and maybe that will allow Snyder to take some of the pressure off of himself as he forced the action the last couple of times down the court. Boston works it in low to Kuberski. Back out to Havlicek, shot no good. Meschery on the rebound. And Seattle is going to have numbers. Snyder leading the break. 3-on-2. Tom Black in the lane, lays it up and good. And the Sonics have taken the lead. How about that? As the crowd in Seattle is loving it. And the Celtics fans in the chat room are on the edge of their collective seats. Havlicek is not going to put up with this kind of insurrection. He takes it to the basket, lays it up and good. And all is right with the world as the Celtics regain the lead. Seattle still working for a shot. They finally find Abdulaziz down low. Kuberski knocked it away, out of bounds. Supersonics hold on to the ball with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Cross back into the game for Seattle. What will the Supersonics do? Snyder gets the perimeter shot. He can't get it to go. Winfield comes away with the offensive board for Seattle, and it will be a fresh 24-second shot clock for the Sonics. They set things up back outside. They get it down to Black on the post. He double pumps, shoots no good, but he gets to the line. Foul on Kaburski, and that is 5 fouls on Boston this quarter, and the Supersonics are now in the penalty. So Black will get 2 shots. First shot up, no good. Less than 65% free throw shooting for Black, so he's not the most reliable at the free throw line. We'll see if he can get the second one to go. It's good. And once again, we are tied. 3 minutes, 19 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Boston coming back the other way. Williams now running the point. But he's got Havlicek wide open against Cross. And Havlicek cannot get the shot to go. Another rebound for Winfield, and the Sonics are out on the break. 3-on-1, Snyder to Clemens. And Morgan takes it away on the steal. Great transition defense by Morgan. And here come the Celtics back the other way. Don Nelson. Open on the post. Rises up, no good. Cross with the rebound for Seattle. It has been a low-scoring third period here as we remain tied. They're going to try to find Snyder on the perimeter. They work it around. Cut off by Finkel. Winfield with the short jumper in the lane, and it's blocked away by Morgan. Black with the rebound. He's going to put it up with 8 on the shot clock, but it's taken away by Havlicek. Havlicek on the defense. 3-on-1 for Boston coming back. Havlicek takes it all the way. Finger roll no good. Snyder gets him with the body, and Havlicek will get to the line. 2 shots for Havlicek. 13 points on the game, now 14 as he hits the first free throw. Seattle with the substitutions. Havlicek, second shot. Rims out. Black with the rebound for Seattle. Winfield has some space on the perimeter. Drives to the basket, lays it up and good. He saw a little gap, and he capitalized on that, and Seattle is back in the lead. Havlicek on the attack for Boston. He drives, and he gets it to go. Back and forth we go as we come down the stretch in the third quarter. Winfield can't get it to go for Seattle. Nelson on the rebound. It's a 2-on-2 run out for the Celtics with Morgan and Havlicek. Morgan to Havlicek. Havlicek runs into Clemens. Oh, and they get Havlicek on the offensive foul. It has been a struggle tonight for Havlicek. Seattle looking for the opening on the offensive end. Nothing much going on, but 15 on the shot clock. Plenty of time. They work the ball outside to Meschery, working against Nelson. 6 on the clock. What's Meschery going to do? He dishes it to Black down low. They get it to Abdulaziz. He can't get it to go. Abdulaziz grabs the rebound but loses it to Havlicek. And here come the Celtics. Lots of chaos on the defensive end for the Sonics in transition. Can Williams take advantage? He drives to the hoop. He dishes to Havlicek. Havlicek misses again. Black on the rebound, and it's a 2-on-1 for Seattle coming back the other way. Winfield to Meschery, and Meschery loses it out of bounds. Each side now has 17 turnovers, and we've seen some sloppy play at both ends of the floor. Tie game here. Final minute and 16 of the third quarter. And what the heck? Let's go to Finkel. Alley-oop to Finkel. Shot no good. Rebounded by Clemens. All right, all you Finkel fans, that was your chance for glory, and it didn't work out. Abdulaziz now on the lane. Short jumper no good. Meschery on the rebound. Can he hit the putback? Good look inside. He missed it. Dinwiddie with another rebound for Boston. Boston on the attack with Havlicek as we enter the final minute. Havlicek stops and pops from 15, gets it to go. What's Seattle going to do coming back? No real good options with their first look. Nothing better on the second look. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 28 to play in the quarter. Clemens works the pick and roll. He's cut off by Finkel. And Finkel on the block shot with the rebound for the Celtics. And they are going to play for the last shot of the period. Finkel inside. He lays it up and good with 2 seconds to go in the game, in the quarter. Great work by Celtics to move the ball around and find Finkel down low for the easy basket and the 5-point lead as we head to the close of the third period. Meshry gets the ball at half court, can't get a shot off, and that's the end of your third quarter. Looking at the box score. Havlicek now 6 for 16 on the game, but he still leads the Celtics with 18. Abdulaziz with 22 to lead Boston, both sides with the 17 turnovers. And everything else about this game is pretty even. Shooting percentages are less than stellar on both sides. Rebounds are about even, assists are about even. So this has been a very close game. And in the chat room, do they have courts with logos you can get? Hey, Dave, that is a great question. I am very pleased that the logos and the jerseys you see were a gift from Ron Juckett, who emailed me out of the blue with court with the logos. He does have a courts file, but said it was too big to send via email. So at the moment, I do not have courts with logos. I guess I could go back and check the Action PC website or the forums. And that's a good idea. Thank you, Dave, for that suggestion. Who wouldn't want to see the famous parquet floor of the Boston Garden when we get back to another home game for the Celtics? Okay, we head to the fourth quarter. And we're going to give Havlicek a quick break with JoJo White. So it'll be White and Williams in the backcourt for the Celtics until Havlicek can get his second wind. For Seattle, everybody is in reasonably good shape. Snyder's ready to come back into the game. And we'll bring Cross in and give Abdulaziz a rest on the play. As we open the fourth quarter with another jump ball. And now it is Seattle controlling the jump. Trailing by 5 as they look to do some damage on the perimeter. Clemens has a bad matchup against JoJo White. But Winfield has an opening on the perimeter on the switch. Finkel blocks his path. Finkel flops. Winfield drives past him but cannot get the rebound, cannot get the layup to fall. Clemens working the offensive glass. He can't get it to fall. Finkel comes away with the rebound. 2 missed opportunities for the Sonics. And here come the Boston Celtics the other way. Who's the open man? Finkel's the open man. Posting up against Black, and he gets it to fall. 5 points now for the legendary Hank Finkel. Winfield brings it back for Seattle. Shuffles his feet, gets it inside to Black, shot no good. Finkel on the rebound. So it's the Hank Finkel show here as we open the fourth quarter for Boston. Williams into the front court, passes to White. White has an opening against Clemens. What's he going to do? He hits it. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and that's 10 straight points for Boston. And they have opened up a 9-point lead early in the fourth quarter. Lenny Wilkins pacing the bench. Probably time to get him back into the game despite those 4 personal fouls. So at this point, Seattle is going to use a timeout to see if they can't put an end to this run. And Lenny Wilkins, the Seattle player coach, is going to put himself back into the game. and see what he can do for the Sonics and hope he can stay out of foul trouble. Cross inbounds it for Seattle. They look down to Black on the post. Good look inside. Shot is good. Assist by Wilkins. And he made the right call both as the coach and the point guard on that play. Boston's coming back. Finkel open again on the post. He catches the lob from Williams and he converts. Good shot by Finkel. He's got 7 points now. And he is starting strong to push the Celtics back into a 9-point lead. Wilkins coming back for Seattle. Takes the pass. Deep two is no good. Clemens on the rebound. And he's going to bring it back out to set things up for Seattle. Snyder on the wing. Nelson knocks it away. Out of bounds. Supersonics retain possession. Cross to inbound. He's got Snyder on the wing. Jump shot, no good. Out of bounds, and this time the Celtics get the ball. So 15 for Snyder, but he has had a cold spell here in the fourth when the Supersonics need him the most. Seattle comes back on the attack. JoJo White works the perimeter against Clemens. White, jump shot, no good. Another rebound for Dinwiddie, but he pushed off that time, and Dinwiddie is called for the foul. And it will be Tom Black shooting one on the backcourt foul for Seattle. Not a great free throw shooter, and he missed that one. Williams with the rebound for the Celtics. Williams into the front court. He's got JoJo White on the wing. They get it into Nelson. Turnaround jumper no good. Another rebound for Cross, and the Sonics will run. They've got Wilkins. They've got Snyder. Wilkins powers it up no good, but he is fouled on the play by JoJo White. Lenny Wilkins with the shooting foul, and he will go to the line for two. And the first shot is no good. Wilkins' second shot is up and good. 8-point lead now for the Celtics as they come back on offense. Don Nelson forces it down to the low post. He's defended by Snyder. Foul on the play on Black. Foul on the floor, so it'll be just a one-shot opportunity for Don Nelson. As Abdulaziz, the leading scorer, returns to the game for Seattle. Nelson cannot get the free throw to go, and it is Abdulaziz on the rebound for Seattle. Sonics down by 8. Wilkins outside. Pick and roll with Snyder. They get it down to Abdulaziz on the block. His shot is tipped away. Snyder with the rebound, and he's going to pull it back out. And the Sonics will reset. Wilkins looking for an opening. Gets it to Snyder in the corner. Snyder with the jump shot, no good. JoJo White on the rebound for Boston as they look to stretch their lead back to double digits. White looks to pass. He finds Dinwiddie on the low post. Lays it up off the window. Circuit shot is up and good. Dinwiddie now in double figures, and the lead is double figures. Seattle coming back. 9 minutes to play. Deep two by Wilkins is no good. He wants the foul, and he gets the foul. Called on Williams. And it will be Wilkins going to the line to shoot a pair. Wilkins split the last pair. He gets this one to go for only his 7th point of the night to go with 8 assists. Havlicek and Chaney back into the game for Boston, along with Kuberski, as the clock is not the friend of Seattle right now. It's going to be Havlicek on the attack. He gets it inside to Finkel. Finkel lays it up no good, but he's fouled on the play by Clemens. And it'll be 2 shots for Hank Finkel for the Celtics. Finkel misses the first. Finkel, a product of the University of Dayton, where he played in the late 60s. Shortly after Dayton had their great run in the NCAAs and the NIT tournament with a fine Dayton team led by a family member of mine. Dayton had a player by the name of Hal Shane, who is my wife's uncle, who played 4 years at Dayton and actually guarded Oscar Robertson when Oscar Robertson was at the University of Cincinnati. And according to Uncle Hal, he guarded Oscar Robertson, but he did not guard him well. And Hank Finkel came along and took the starting center spot after the graduation of Hal Shane from the University of Dayton. So little family connection here to the Celtics and to the legendary Hank Finkel. Finkel gets the second shot to go, and the lead is 9. Kojis is back in the game for Seattle. He shoots from the perimeter. He can't get it to go. And it is Williams on the rebound for the Celtics. Dribbles slowly into the front court, swings it over to Havlicek. Havlicek is in no hurry. With 17 on the shot clock, he does have an opening against Kojis. But it's Winfield coming to pick the pocket of Havlicek, and it's 3-on-1 for Seattle the other way. Winfield steps around Havlicek, lays it up and good. Seattle still showing signs of life here despite the big deficit as the clock continues to roll. It's Williams who fakes the ball down the lane. Short jumper no good. Tip in by Havlicek. Good play by Havlicek on the offensive glass. Seattle coming back. Looking for Abdulaziz, posting up on the low post. He gets a good look inside and finally gets one to go. 24 points now for Abdulaziz to lead all scorers. And they're going to need everything they can get out of him, despite the fact that he's covered in sweat. They're going to continue to push the action against Abdulaziz with Finkel on the post. He gets it back outside to Williams. Williams can't get it to go. Abdulaziz on the rebound, and it's 4-on-2 for Seattle the other way. Meshri gets open, lays it up and good. Here come the Sonics. They're on a run. They have the defense locked up on the perimeter. Art Williams with 14 on the shot clock looks to pass. Gets it to Kaburski inside with 6 on the shot clock. Kaburski puts it up. He backs it down against Black. He travels. Seattle now has the ball. The deficit is 5, and they look to cut further into the deficit. Wholesale changes for both teams. Lenny Wilkins back into the game. Meshri Black into the game. Abdulaziz is going to get a rest. So it's going to be up to Lenny Wilkins to see what he can do for the Sonics, both as the point guard and as the coach. Seattle to inbound. Wilkins will take it himself. Jumps and releases, all net. Wilkins hits the clutch shot to cut the lead to 3. Havlicek coming back for Boston. On the wing, fall-away jumper won't go, but he is fouled on the play by Clemens. Havlicek, 6 of 9 on the game from the free throw line today as he steps to the line for 2. First shot is up and good. Kojis back into the game for Seattle. Second shot for Havlicek, all nylon. 22 for Hondo, and the lead is back to 5. Still plenty of time, 6.5 minutes to play. Kojis open against JoJo White on the switch. He drives, but Cowens on the help side defense. Steps into the lane and steals the ball. Releases to Havlicek. Havlicek runs the break. 3-on-2. They get it to Cowens, and Cowens has it stolen by Wilkins. Another big steal by Lenny Wilkins. Wilkins goes coast to coast, steps around JoJo White, lays it up and good. Fine play on both ends of the floor by Lenny Wilkins, the legend. Havlicek coming back the other way. Gets the ball from White, drives it around, hits it up and good. The lead is 5. Action heating up here in the fourth quarter. Wilkins. Shot up, no good. Blocked away by Cowens. Cowens grabs the rebound. And Boston has numbers. JoJo White to Kuberski to White. Shot up, no good. Foul on the play on Kogis. Number 5 on Don Kogis as JoJo White steps to the line. First free throw is off the rim, no good. Turns out to be a smart foul by Kogis as he saved a basket. And JoJo White could not take advantage on the first free throw. Second free throw is good. 6-point lead now for Boston with under 6 to play. They have Cross on the post. Cowens denies him. Meshry now down low, working against Kuberski. Lays it up and good. Assist on the play to Cross. And the lead is cut to 4. Kuberski holding off Meshry on the low post. JoJo White doesn't like what he sees on the point, so he's going to take it to the hole himself. He steps around Winfield, lays it up and good. Good play by JoJo White to stretch the lead back to 6 for Boston. Seattle looking for an opening. Kogis down low against Havlicek. He's going to force his way in. Lays it up, no good. Cowens comes off with the rebound for Boston. And the Celtics bring it back with a chance to extend the lead. White takes it into the front court to Havlicek. Back to White, who's open up top. White fakes. He goes to the hole. He double dribbles. And yet another turnover for the Celtics. 21 turnovers for Boston on the night. What an uncharacteristic stat for the normally well-disciplined Celtics. And here comes Seattle back the other way. Wilkins out high, has a mismatch. Guarded by Kuberski. Wilkins stops and pops. Can't get it to go down. Black fights for the rebound. He breaks it. Breaks away, but the foul is a loose ball foul on Kogis, and that is his 6th. So say goodbye to the veteran Don Kogis. He has fouled out of this game, and it will be Meshry coming back into the game to take his place. And Abdulaziz returns for Seattle. And with 4:39 to go, the Celtics leading by 6. As Cowens tees up his free throw, let's see what's going on in the chat room. Let's see, we talked about the court with Dave Gardner, and I'm going to look into that. Beatles Eternally has a stupid question. There are no stupid questions. Beats, we're here for you. Trying to learn basketball. Do timeouts in each game accomplish the same thing, i.e. deciding tactics? Yes. And to change momentum. Thank you, Al. And thank you, Scott, for weighing in on that. And D. Scott Howard points out that Lenny Wilkens is still a beloved member of the community. Absolutely. One of the true class acts and a fine gentleman. Credit to the game of basketball is Lenny Wilkens, both as a player, now as a player coach, and then he would go on to a long, successful coaching career. Probably could have been mayor at any time he chose to over the years. Okay, here's a trivia question for the chat room. Which former NBA point guard did go on to become the mayor of the city of Phoenix? Y'all can cogitate on that one while Cowens steps back to the line. And he can't get it to go. Clemens with the rebound coming back for Seattle. Wilkins dribbles into the front court for the Sonics. He's got Kuberski on him, but he doesn't have a lot of space. He's got Meshry on the low post with a mismatch against JoJo White. He gets the ball down to Meshry. Meshry lays it up and good. 4-point game now. with 4.5 to play, Havlicek is going to take control for Boston. He dances down the lane. He runs into Clemens. Oh, an offensive foul on John Havlicek. That is his third. And Seattle catches a break on that one as they get the ball back with a chance to cut the lead to 2. Wilkins looking for an opening. Clemens is down on the post against Havlicek, but that's not his game. They've got Meshry working inside against Kaburski. He hit the last one. He fakes. He shoots the short jumper. He can't get this one to go. And it's Kaburski on the rebound for Boston. White brings it up. Under 4 minutes to play now. White's going to work it around the perimeter. Havlicek has the ball, working against Snyder. Havlicek's going to attack the basket. He sends it to Chaney on the baseline, and Chaney converts the jump shot from the baseline. 7 points now for Don Chaney, and the lead is back up to 6. Meshry has it down low. They don't have much of a shot, so Meshry forces one up, no good. Kaburski on the rebound, but he walks with it. Another turnover for Boston as Seattle once again catches a break. Lenny Wilkins back into the game. Kojis is out with the 6 fouls, so Meshry is going to stay in at the 2 position. And it's going to be Snyder coming in for the 3. Clemens and Cross down low. Seattle inbounds, it's Wilkins. They've got Snyder on the wing. He lays it up. He drives past Nelson, and he gets one to go. 17 now for Snyder. The lead is 4. Havlicek. He wants it. Cowan sets the screen for him, but Havlicek can't get it to go. Snyder on the rebound. And the Sonics come back with a chance once again to cut into the lead. It's Meshry on the wing. Meshry is going to find Wilkins out on top. Back over to Meshry, who takes a shot, no good. But he is fouled on the play by Cowens. And it'll be 2 shots for Meshry. And we have a winner in the chat room, Kevin Johnson. Very good, Al, Red Sox fan. As it turns out, Kevin Johnson was a much better point guard than a Mayer, but good for him in any event. Meshry at the line, shooting 2. He cannot hit the first, and that is a huge miss for Seattle. Let's see if he can get the second one to go. Off the rim, Meshry misses both. Cowens with the rebound for Boston. And Boston caught a break on that exchange. Here come the Celtics. Under 3 to play. 4-point lead. They're going to look to Havlicek. Havlicek outside. He drives. It's stolen away by Snyder. Once again, the Celtics give one up with the turnover. Meshry now has it in the front court. They're going to look back to Wilkins. He sets, he shoots, he scores. It's back to a 2-point game. Havlicek has a mismatch on the perimeter against Cross. He's tough in the clutch. Havlicek guides it to the net. He goes down hard, no foul, but Havlicek gets the shot to go. Big play by Havlicek when the Celtics needed it most. Seattle comes back looking for Snyder, the sharpshooter. He's got Chaney, the defensive whiz, guarding him. Chaney steps in front. Blocks his pass. Snyder lays it up, no good, but Chaney is called for the foul. It's going to be 2 shots for Snyder. We are under 2 minutes to play, and the Sonics have the chance to cut the lead to 2 if Snyder can convert these 2 free throws. And he misses again. 3 straight misses for Seattle at the free throw line. They should be fixing to tie this game right now, but because of their ineptitude at the free throw line, they still trail by 3. as the Celtics have the ball and the lead with the clock under 2 minutes to play. Havlicek with Snyder on the switch. Gets it to Nelson. Nelson shot short. Out of bounds to Seattle. It looked like Havlicek had the shot there, but he gave it up to Nelson, and Nelson was unable to convert. With under 2 minutes, we have the opportunity to make some substitutions of our own. Everybody on Seattle is tired because they have a lot of injuries, and Kogis has fouled out of the game, so they are going to go with what they got and see if they can't pull the rabbit out of the hat and find a way to win this home court game against the favored Boston Celtics. Lenny Wilkens on the perimeter. The computer calls an audible. Wilkens drives to the basket, but it gets away from him out of bounds. Choking, says Dave Gardner. Celtics are 1 for 6 down the stretch. Cough, cough, says Al Red Sox fan. You know, you Celtics fans are rightfully frustrated, but Seattle has missed clutch free throws down the stretch here, and so both teams could be accused of choking in this situation. What's Boston going to do with a chance to stretch the lead under a minute and a half to play? Havlicek is open. He's cold-blooded. He runs over Cross on his way to the hoop. He gets the shot to go, and he is fouled by Cross on the play, and that is clutch. Havlicek with the hoop and the harm and the chance to convert the three-point play and push the lead to 6 for the Celtics. That is your big play of the fourth quarter. And Havlicek misses the free throw. The rims are tight on both ends of the court tonight, and hope springs eternal in Seattle. He gets the second one on the bonus, and he gets it to go. That's another free throw rule that happened back in the 70s. That was a 2-for-1 free throw opportunity for Havlicek. He got the basket, he got the foul, and because of the bonus situation, that was a 2-for-1 free throw, and Havlicek gets the second one to go to stretch the lead to 6 for Boston. Confusing free throw shooting rules back in the day compared to what we're accustomed to now. What is Seattle going to do? Clemens is open, but he is ineffective offensively on the perimeter. They need the shot, but they can't get the opening. Wilkens is going to take it to the hole. Wilkens with a lay-in. White's knocked to the floor. The refs are letting him play. It's no good. Kuberski with the rebound for Boston. And it is trouble in Seattle. Trouble in the Emerald City for the Celtics. They're going to work it around and use some shot clock. 10 seconds now to go on the clock. Havlicek on the perimeter is going to take the shot. He's tied up by Meschery, but they call the foul on Meschery. To answer your question, D. Scott, shouldn't it be 3 to make 2 in the bonus in 70? That is true on a 2-shot foul. Havlicek made the shot, so it was only a 1-shot foul, but it was 2 to make 1. Had he missed the shot, it would have been indeed 3 to make 2. And now it is Havlicek with a 2-shot foul because this was on the floor. This will not be 3 to make 2 because this was not a shooting foul for Havlicek. I had to read up on that myself this week. 9 for 13 from the free throw line, and Havlicek buries the first one. The lead is 7, and the fat lady is loosening up the pipes here in Seattle. Havlicek knocks down the second one. The lead is 8 with 49 seconds to play. What's Seattle going to do? It's going to be Wilkens. Wilkens loses it out of bounds. Once again, not happy with the call, but at this point it's too little too late. Even if he were to have been able to do something offensively. It's coming down to desperation time for Seattle. 31 seconds to play. Celtics are going to burn some clock. Havlicek outside to White. White with a shot, no good, but he's fouled by Abdulaziz. And now we have that 3 to make 2 situation because this is a shooting foul as JoJo White heads to the charity stripe. 80% free throw shooter. He hits the first. 15 points now for JoJo, and the lead is 9. And he's going to try to push it back to double digits for Boston, and he hits it. It's quick shot time for Seattle. Winfield's open. He gets it over to Wilkins. Wilkins loses it out of bounds. Another turnover for Seattle. The teams have combined now for 45 turnovers in this game, and it has been sloppy. Turnovers, missed free throws. Not a pretty game for either side as the Celtics begin to dribble it out. Havlicek inbounds to White. White dribbles it up. White on the perimeter. Passes it back out on top to Chaney. Chaney back to White. White's shot is no good. Abdulaziz comes out with the rebound. It's a 3-on-2 break for Seattle. With 14 seconds to go, Winfield pulls up with a shot no good. Rebounded by Kaburski. And that is going to be all she wrote. Havlicek brings it up. Chaney outside to Havlicek. Havlicek's going to hold on to it, and that is your ball game. 10-point win for Boston. Sloppy game, but at least it was a close game. Havlicek leads all scorers with 31 points, including 13 in the fourth quarter. That's your story right there. Havlicek's your player of the game. 13 points in the fourth quarter, including that critical three-point play down the stretch that protected the lead for Boston and allowed them to come away with the victory. Havlicek leads all scorers with 31, 16 for JoJo White, 14 for Cowens, whose minutes were limited by the foul trouble. Abdulaziz led the Supersonics. Nice game for him, 24 points, 13 boards. Normally a reserve behind Garfield Hurd and Bob Rule, as well as Spencer Haywood. But he got 26 minutes of playing time tonight, and he made the most of it. All right, everybody, that is your ball game. Thanks for coming tonight. D. Scott Howard was here. Dave Gardner was here. Al Red Sox fan. Thanks for joining us. Beatles eternally. Always a pleasure. Al Red Sox fan. Dave Gardner made his appearance tonight. Bob Hansen, I missed saying hello to Bob, except for at the very beginning of the game he was here, and Ron Juckett was here at the beginning of the game. So thanks to everybody for joining us here tonight from the Dave Cave. That's our stream, and I'm out of here.